Hello, hello. Okay, cool. Awesome, man. What's up, Nate? Thanks for jumping in, man. I appreciate it. First time doing the live thing, and I have a little bit better um, setup with the StreamYard here. I'm just go ahead and jump into it here. Hopefully, other guys will find me on here. You can hear me, okay, Bing? Thanks, man. Yeah, I actually shaved it off about 6 months ago. My wife doesn't care for it that much when it gets like this, but yeah, facial hair has never been a problem for me. One of my buddies used to always joke around with me when we were playing like a freshman in high school. He said he knew it was me if I was playing center field. I was the only one with a goatee. It was funny. What's up, Big Harv? Um, yeah, I'm 40. I turned 40 in September of last year. But one of my buddies, he's the same way. He's a little patchy. He just tries to grow like a little goatee of some kind. But first card I want to show, and this will be in the correct, facing the correct way. Still working on the camera angle here. But this is 2001. It's Ichiro's rookie year. It's a Sports Card Investor magazine. Wish Nate was still in here. I don't think he is, but I think he said I actually got two of them. This is the platinum, but Nate said that I think the guy at his local card shop used to run this publication, and there was like a 9 card sheet. You could cut them, but the platinum were out of 2,000. They're not numbered, but they only made 2,000 of them. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, the beard thing, it doesn't bother me that much when my wife gets on me. I'll just shave it and it'll grow right back. So, but I haven't got to um, Eric's level yet. But I don't know if I can handle a beard that long. That's a lot of work, a lot of upkeep. Um, Second pickup was a 2001 Ichiro rookie year Upper Deck Evolve piece of the jersey, number to 300, and number 300. You wouldn't think they'd be kind of hard to find, but they are. Um, it's just, and the price is kind of all over the place. One hadn't sold in auction style in quite a year, or in quite a few years, and it seemed to be around $100 buy it now or more. I got this one auction style. It ended Sunday morning, so that helped me out. I think I got it like for $56 to $58. So, and then a few months later, this one popped up on buy it now for $13.10. So I thought for sure that I jumped all over it as a buy it now, and I thought for sure that it would get canceled. But now it went through with the auction, with the sale. I was amazed by that. Next is a 2002 Donruss Elite Aspirations, the blue. Man. Oh, let me get the angle here. There we go. The blue, and these are number to 51, the die cut. Get this focus here. There we go. Nice hollow foil on those. Then a 2002 Donruss Elite. This is the status number to 49. Die cut as well. Hard cards come by nowadays. Yeah, Donruss Elite were great back in the day. 2002 Leaf certified, all certified team mirror blue. Again, these cards are getting harder and harder to find. And these were number 250. Next, the 2002 Leaf Certified All Certified Team Mirror Gold. I've never seen one of these for sale since I've been looking for them. And number 225. Another card is a 2002 Leaf Certified Mirror Gold piece of the base. What a hollow foil, beautiful card there. And also number 225. So now I have all of those except for the black, which I'm not sure when that'll pop up, if ever. Next is a 2002 Leaf Century Lineage Parallel. Kind of hard cards to get a good shine, even a picture or a scan of. Pretty dark border. Foil's not as bright as it should be. And these are number 200. Interesting, Nate. I'm sure you probably got this card, but it's a 2003 Fleer box score triple relic with the base. It's got a picture of Barry on there. I'm sure they got a parallel with all four pieces of relic for Barry, Griffey, and Manny and Ichiro there. But I never seen one. It didn't cost very much, but I thought it was a really cool card with all those guys on it. And then also, Nate, you might know about this too. I got this 2004. They listed 2005 Leaf Certified Mirror Blue, but that year Mirror Blues were numbered to 50, and I have the one number to 50, but it's got a different image on the front of it, and then this one's numbered to 100 on the back. So I'm not sure what's going on with that card. It seemed kind of odd. I was putting it, you know, organizing and putting it in order and everything, and it didn't seem quite right. Next, a 2004 Donruss production line batting average. Beautiful cards. A lot of hollow foil on these. Clean card. These are number 100. Next is 2005 Playoff Prestige. This is the green. And these are number 250. If it'll focus. Yeah, it's not gonna focus. This is a really cool card. I've had the base for a long time. I didn't do any research to see if there's a parallel of this, but I should have known that there probably was. But it's a 2005, the Upper Deck ESPN, the 25th anniversary. A nice little hologram on the 25 there, hollow foil, and that same hollow foil for the numbering. Everybody still hear me okay? Next is 2005 Donruss Studio Stars acetate card. Really cool. Love the design of this card. And this is the platinum, numbered 250. I saw one of those last year sometime, and I was debating whether to do the buy now, and it went pretty quickly. So I've been looking for one ever since. Next, the 2005 Donruss. This is the team checklist with Ichiro on the front, his name, and the 25th anniversary or short prints, and number 225. Thank you guys, appreciate that. Next, 2006 Topps Cosigners. I believe this is the only one I have in this set, but this is I think the blue platinum. But a lot of hollow foil there, and the names Ichiro up top and King Felix. Both those guys are on top of their game with Seattle there, so it's a really cool card. And these are numbered to 10. Pretty low number in there. Next, nothing too crazy, but always love the look and shine of these older refractors. 2006 Topps Chrome. This is the award winner. He had a base, and then he had this as well. Already had this. Had the whole run except for this card, which this is a 2-card lot. This X-Fractor, for some reason, I have a hard time tracking this down. There's a guy from I think Alaska. He had one graded a 9 VGS 9. He wanted $24 with free shipping, but it was just way too much for that card. So I just held out and finally got that 2-card lot for buy now $5. So it worked out great. I haven't checked out the Mangini challenge. I saw people do a response video on the last one, but I don't know if he has a new one out or not. But I need to do some research and start getting more involved with that. I know he has a hell of a collection. Next is 2006 Topps Black League Leaders, Carl Crawford, Sean Figgins, and Ichiro. So I almost have all the Topps Black of him. If it features him in any way, I want to get those. And those are number 255. I'll have to check that out. Ken, right? Ken Bean's Baseball Card Blog. Sorry, man. I want to make sure I get your name correct. Next is 2006 Topps Black League Leaders, Ichiro and JJ Putz. Kind of an odd combination, but JJ Putz had a great year that year, being the closer with them. And it's number 255. Next to 2008 Topps Black AL Leaders, Maglio Ordonez, Ichiro, and Placido Polanco. And these are number 257. My name's Ray, buddy. Yeah, I can remember a face for years, but I have the hard time remembering names sometimes. Next, another 2008 Topps Black. This is the All-Star Ichiro. And these are numbered to 57. Some of my, it's kind of underrated, but I really like these cards. A lot of people don't like multiplayer cards, but this is a 2008 Upper Deck Baseball Heroes. And this is the light blue number to 49. There's a lot of parallels in this. I want to say they have at least 9 or 10. But Jeter, Griffey, Ripken, and Ichiro. Pretty cool multiplayer card. All 4 first ballot Hall of Famers. Really like that card with all those guys on it together. Next is a 2009 Topps Chrome, the World Baseball Classic. This is a refractor. Can't get the refractor edge to pop up very well, but it's got some great shine in person. But these were number 500. Then from the same set, 2009 Topps Chrome World Baseball Classic. This is the gold refractor. Let's call my lighting. There we go. Again, it's refractor. It just doesn't pop up. Show the shine very well. Camera on these. And these are number 250. Next, to receive this in a care package from a guy off Instagram. Really cool guy. I bought a couple cards from him. He sent me a whole bunch of different cards. 2010 Topps. And this is from the set. The set was issued. It's kind of an orangey red border. But the only way you can get these is buy as complete sets, and these are number 299. I can get that there. Oh, it's not gonna focus. A really cool card. Those I can see having some value down the road, just because you can't get them, just from anywhere. Yeah, I feel that same way, man. That's one thing that I do, Ken, is if I have something, I'll put it somewhere, saying, I'll put it there, so I'll definitely be able to find it. I hide things from myself all the time. It drives me crazy. Next is a 2011 Topps Heritage Stamps with Ichiro and Ryan Howard. I love this look and design of these cards. And this one was numbered. These are numbered to 62. Next is a 2012 Topps Tier 1. These are I think called Top Shelf. Excuse me. Top Shelf, and these are the triple relic. And number 225 down there at the bottom. I don't have any of the others yet, but this one came at a good deal. Really like the look and design of this card. A high-end product at that time. Yeah, those stamps are cool. Excuse me, guys. I got another one of his, but it's got him and Chipper on it. I really, really, really like that card. It's a different year too, but it's really cool. Wow, yeah, Ryan Howard was a beast, man. I mean, feel bad his career kind of got cut short there. I don't think once he injured himself running to first, and shoot, was it was it? I don't know if it was the World Series or definitely the playoffs there. I mean, he just didn't seem to ever bounce back from that. That was a pretty bad injury. Next is a 2014 Panini Chasing the Hall Gold Prism. And this card's got all kinds of shine. This card's ridiculous. And these are number 210. The gold prisms are number 10. Deal with the focuses. Next is a card that kind of flew under the radar for me. I just picked it up. 2015 Topps. It's the update, and this is the rainbow foil. I guess I didn't even realize they may start putting those rainbow foils in there. I thought it was started at 16, but I try to put up the runs together if I can, and I did not have this one. So again, wasn't very expensive, but the one I didn't have. This is a pretty nice. This is a real nice card. When I first saw him pop up on eBay when this product released, I love the look and design of it, and I was finally able to pick one up. It's a 2016 Topps Archives Fan Favorites autograph. Just love his nice big full autograph on that card. It kind of whited out the area, so the autograph would show up well. That's one thing that with his, I don't have a sticker auto of him, but if you look at this card and another one or two I might show, his autograph is just kind of crazy. But you can't limit that autograph to a sticker. It's visually a different autograph altogether. Next is a 2016. This is a Topps employee holiday autograph. They only issued these to Topps employees, and they had 3 different variations of this of Ichiro, different designs too. 3 different Topps designs, and of course this is the 52, which is my favorite, and it's him on the Mariners. But they have one with him, of course, with the Marlins and on the Yankees. All 3 different designs from Topps throughout the years. I'd like to get the other two eventually. They don't really pop up very often at all, and they're numbered at 25. Next, the 2016. This is the top, just the negative. But again, try to complete these runs, and I did not have that. They're kind of funky. I mean, I just, again, it's just another parallel for Topps to add to a product, but I didn't have it. Oh, cool, Big Harv. Yeah, I mean, it's a one-of-a-kind autograph for sure. It's changed throughout the years, but his early autograph was quite a bit different. But I think once he started signing a lot more, of course, that changed, like they always do for the most part. But I still like it. It's very original, one of a kind. Next is this 2016 Topps pressed into service when Ichiro pitched in that game. These relic version of this card is very hard to come by. A number to 50. I posted a picture of that on Instagram, and several people didn't even know they had a relic version of that card, but it was very hard to come by. Next is 2017 Topps Tech. This is the triangles. This is like the hardest or second hardest parallel to get from 2017. So glad to have that. Did not have it. Next is 2017 Topps, and this is the Father's Day blue. That triangle that comes down from that design there behind his head, I mean, it's so faint in this photo. Honestly, that's the first time I realized that they had that triangle there. I forgot about the design they had. But the bottom corner there, you can kind of see it's, the bluish tint to it. When I was going through things, I was, a lot of times I don't show very many base cards. It'd be a parallel or like a lower serial number card or something like that. But I was pulling cards out and I had them in a stack, and I was wondering why this was in there. And sure enough, look at the number on the back, and it was numbered to 50. And I had to look again and realize it was the Father's Day blue. I wonder how many of those have been passed through. It's probably why I hadn't found one until now. It's probably people probably don't even realize they have it. Next is a 2017 Topps negative. This is the update series. That shows up a little bit better than the last one. But again, didn't have that one. It's a card I actually made a mistake and ended up getting two of them. It's a 2018 Spectra neon blue. These cards are beautiful though. My son's gonna like this one because I already have one. But I was trying to need the neon blue from 2019, and I was putting them cards in order on my website, and I already scanned the image and went to add it to where this is supposed to be with the rest of the run, and total different image on the front, or the image on the front was different. I was like, oh, what the hell? So either way, I love the design of that card. My son was gonna love it for when I put it in his collection there, and these are number 299. Love Spectra. Spectra's awesome. Well, not everybody is the Panini fan, but those design of those are kind of some of the loud designs they had in the 90s. So I really like them. I didn't have a chance to get to really many of the 90s stuff, and of course Ichiro wasn't in it. So 2018 Topps. What is this product? Museum collection. I don't know why that escaped me. But this is the patch relic gold, number 225. I like the patch they put in there. A lot of stuff going on. Nice and chunky, just like I like my peanut butter. Yeah, really like that. Next card is another run I was trying to put together, and I think this is the last one besides the 101. This is the last one I needed besides the 101. And this wasn't the hardest one to get, but it took a while to track it down. But it's the 2018. It's the insert card they put in, I think in a blaster series, I believe. And it's like the Independence Day commemorative flag patch there. But this is the blue. I really like it. They make autograph versions of this too, but again, it's sticker. It'd be sweet if it was a non-sticker auto above that flag, but this is the blue, and it's number 250. The one to 25 I've had for a long time. I finally tracked down that blue. Okay, getting to some of these. Next is a 2019 Stadium Club. I put off getting this card for a while. I'm not sure why, but it's a short print. It's the last game there in Japan when they went back to play the Oakland A's over there. So I love the image on that card. As Ichiro collector, I mean, really, really a card. It's like a must own. Not super rare, not super expensive, but I love the design, and there's a lot of memories behind that game, and I watched that whole series, so it's great. I'll never forget that. Next is a 2019 Allen Ginter Mini. This is the extended version. It was came out of the rip cards. Cool card. Allen Ginter, and next card here, I'm going to show you Topps Heritage are some of my favorites. I'll get to that one second, Ken. This next card, 2019 Topps Heritage black border, not the chrome, but just the black border paper, not numbered, but print run of 50. I've been collecting since I was 8. So my earliest memories are in 1987 baseball. I think it's a similar story to a lot of the guys that I follow and talk to. I got all the junk wax stuff, a lot of stuff that other guys have, complete sets. I've got all that stuff. And it was around 2010, it was, buying this and buying this and buying that. I bought a lot of boxes and cases of cards just to break open stuff from 2010 and 2011, and 2010 2011 is when I did the majority of that. I spent a lot of money doing it, and it was fun. But sat there and started thinking about things, and I want to spend my money more or less buying what I wanted versus just trying to pull a card that I could try to sell to make crazy amounts of money or something like that, and realize all the money I was wasting breaking product like I was. And but at that time I'd been watching YouTube for a long time, or a couple of years, and watching other people what they were doing, and came across videos of player collectors, and decided, that I'd really like to narrow my focus down. I mean, I still buy other stuff besides Ichiro, but I guarantee you 99.5% of the stuff I buy is Ichiro. And so I sat down, and I went through probably at least 500 different cards of different players and all this. My favorite team has always been the Braves. I don't collect the Braves per se. I do have some cool Braves cards from the years before I started focusing so much on Ichiro, but Braves have always been my favorite team. But I was kind of leaning towards Chipper a little bit and wasn't sure. But one of the things I wanted to do when I was collecting somebody, I wanted them to not have any issues with any steroid use throughout the years. I wanted them to play the game the right way. And someone that was having, or was having a good career where they could possibly reach the Hall of Fame was my focus. If I was going to, really go after this 100%, I wanted to think that, if I could potentially do this and the player end up being a Hall of Famer, there might be a good little investment. It's hard to consider baseball cards an investment like a stock market, or 401k, or CDs or anything like that. But I want to maybe get a little bit of return if that day comes, that I want to start selling things that there might be something there. And my family, my mom and my dad, they both kind of came from nothing. My mom was the first one to go to college in her family. My dad never went. My dad started his own company, did well for himself, and I just like the mentality, the way Ichiro, he plays hard every single day, and it's crazy. I got a book on him, and there's a lot of stories you can read about him, his work ethic. I mean, even in the off season, he's playing somewhere, and I just like that about him. I mean, he never got into any fights. There was never any arguments. I think he may have got thrown out of one game, which I mean, getting thrown out of a game wouldn't make a big deal to me. But he just did everything the right way, and I just like his work ethic, um, and he's a fun guy. I mean, you hear all kinds of cool stories about him and other players, and he gets along with everybody. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about him. So I just, when I sat down and looked at everything, and again, 10,000 or in 2010, Ichiro was having a very successful career at that time. But again, anything could have derailed that, and he could not, reach the 3,000 hit mark, and necessarily got maybe considered to be, a first ballot Hall of Famer at that point. But that's the reason I collected him, chose him. I just really liked him, and it's funny because, I'm from Kentucky originally. I moved down here. My parents moved down here when I was 10, and to Florida. That's where I'm at. Currently live now. But it's funny, like, every once in a while I'll run into somebody and they'll talk about who I'm collecting, and just because of my background, where I'm from, just people don't look at me as necessarily an Ichiro collector. So I think it's kind of funny when people think like that. But yeah, I like everything about Ichiro, everything he does. And he had a kind of a rough childhood with his father, and I could relate to that. So that's a lot of things that attracted me to him. Yeah, Ichiro. I mean, he was incredible, man. He could do everything. He could throw, he could steal, he could hit. People go back and look at some of his highlight reels on YouTube, especially him playing right field. Man, he had a cannon. It's awesome. I love going back and watching some of those videos. Um, let's see. Next, I got a 2019 Panini. This is from the National. This is they call it the Escher Squares. Really cool design on these cards. Appeals to me that you can only get these from the National, and I know Panini gets a bad rap sometimes, but I like it. They're really cool. I try to be innovative. And these are numbered 25. Next is the Panini 2019 from the National. These are called Rainbow Spokes. Spokes like a bicycle, I guess. And these are number 225. Next is a 2019 Panini. This is the Titan. Little, I guess, insert or set they came out with. This is the gold. I was looking at these cards, and I couldn't tell much from the pictures that were posted on eBay. I was hoping they would just have some like ridiculous shine, but it has a little bit of shine. But I was hoping for just some off the wall stuff. But I guess that's why it doesn't picture very well or scan very well. But the golds are numbered to 10. Cool card. And this is a product I'm still up in the air about. I mean, I'm not really big on the Tops on Demand stuff. I have some of it, have the Tops Now and stuff like that. But the this is the Top Style and Swag Tatis, and this is the gold. I can't find a very good place to find the product details on this, as far as what number, what in what color, but I'm guessing that's gold, and it's the 101. I'm saving all the higher end and some of the really cool stuff towards the end, so I think you guys will like that. Next is a 2019. This is the Diamond Kings, and this is the 101. I don't know if I'll catch it down there, right here in the corner. Yeah, there it goes. And this is the Black Border 101. I got most of those. Yeah, I mean, I see people's view on both sides of the Panini thing. I mean, a lot of stuff with with Ichiro. I don't know, maybe it's just easier with his left-handed swing and things like that. That it's easier to hide the logos and stuff like that across the chest. And you know, I see it both ways. I mean, again, I'm a collector. I love Ichiro, and I love stuff like that. Um, what do you think about that card, Nate? That Leaf Certified Mirror Blue. I don't know what the deal with that card is. Next is a 2019. This is the Silver Pack Orange. Things really pop. Got a couple of those, and this one's number 225. Yeah, one thing that drives me crazy with Panini is how many times I see, because everything's sticker auto, that they don't put the stickers on the right way. I mean, they had this awesome booklet of Ichiro. I think it was number to 3 with a big chunky logo patch on one side, of course, a picture of him, and I think underneath the picture of him was his autograph sticker, but they put it on upside down. I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, that frustrates the hell out of me. And you could tell, like, the guy I think sold that card pretty quickly for a fair price, but then it was listed again. I think they, you know, that really hurts the value of that card. At least for me personally, it does. Thanks, Ken. Let's see. Next, the 2019 museum collection, and this is one of the art cards, artist's original canvas, and these are one-of-ones. It's really cool. But yeah, this card, if you feel the card on the front, it's all just stencil or pencils and stuff like that. It's really cool, and it's die cut. I saw that. I love collecting cards like that. Let me see. Next to 2019 Spectra. I think these are called Green Scope. They were last year, I believe. But really cool design. Love the look of Spectra. Spectra is probably one of my favorite products in the last few years to come out. Just love the design and look of those. Got the right year on that one, 2019. Number 249. Kind of see it up there at the top. 2019 Spectra. These are really, really cool cards. This is called the Red Mosaic, I believe. I wish this thing would focus. There it goes. And these are number 225. 2019 Spectra. And these are the gold prisms. I think it's called gold prism. But love the look of this one too. Almost like Michigan colors, University of Michigan. And these are number 210. Nate, I think you might be lagging. Next, this is kind of one of those weird products too. From 2000, they've made it for the last, I think, 3 years now. About a 2019 Topps Transcendent, number 200. Just crazy to think, somebody paid probably $20,000+, and this was in one of those boxes. So the first year this came out, I was really, really big into it. Like I said, I'm not pursuing too many more of the Ichiro stuff past his playing days, so I get a chance to go back and pick up gaps in my collection and stuff like that. 2019 top transcendent of franchise favorites with him in the Marlins. So like a copper frame, number 200. 2019 Topps Transcendent franchise favorites, number 200 with the Mariners. That's all the cards they made of him. Here's one you might like, Ken. I don't know if you've seen this guy. He's been posting quite a bit. Well, buddy's B. Roth posted a card that this guy had designed, but he got the Hank Greenberg, and as soon as I saw it, I inquired about where he got that from. But it's just, yeah, I love these cards. I haven't done a post on them yet. I need to. But this is Gummy Arts, and this is he draws these cards out, and then they print them. But this is his rendition of the '93 Blue Wave rookie from Japan. But I love the artwork. I really do. I mean, this brings me back to collecting when I was young. Just kind of quirky, fun. I love it. I just can't get enough of this card. I really can't. And it's got their stamp on the back. Gummy Arts. He's on Instagram and he's on Twitter. And B. Roth had the original that he had done of the Hank Greenberg, so I reached out to him, and I got the original. This is the original one, original art card he did. Yeah, that'd be cool. Do an original of yourself. That'd be awesome. This is the original. This is the original art card. This is the one that he made, and they printed the ones to put into packs. So this is really cool. He autographed the back of it, and really cool. I mean, you can see the difference in the cards a little when they're side by side. One's just a little bit brighter. Let's see if I can get the glare out of there. There you go. Like, look, this is the original over here, and then the other one's just a little bit darker. But I love them. I absolutely love them. Just so fun, and not to worry about any of the stuff that's going on with parallels or numbered or anything. It just reminds me of more simple days of collecting. I mean, you pull out your favorite player out of a pack. That was a good pack. I'm not going after too many, really, hardly any 2020. But one of my buddies from Twitter, Kosh, he pulled this and messaged me if I had it and said I didn't, and he sent it my way. It's the Topps retrospective rookie card. It has the new rookie card logo in there, and I've seen them and wasn't sure about them. Thought it'd be cool, but again, I was trying to stick to what I said about not really collecting too much 2020. Very selective on 2019, but he hooked me up, and I love the card. Really like the look and the design of that card. Let's see. Before I get too crazy here with some of these other ones, this next one is cool story. 2010 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor Ichiro, PSA 9. These are number 250. But I've been looking for this card for quite a while, and I was on Instagram, and a guy I'd never talked to and never seen before. I guess I was following him, but we never really had any contact or anything. And he posted a picture of this card, and I commented and said, "Oh, I need that card." And he messaged me and said, "Hey, I got two of them." He's got a base, or one's not graded, and he has this 9. And centering, and there's some other issues with this year from Chrome. And I said, "Well, how much would you be willing to part with one?" He said he would. And he said, "Which one did I want?" And at that time, I didn't care. I just wanted one. And he said, "Well, I'll sell you the 9 for $10 shipped." So I was like, "Well, I mean, that was really, really cheap." I'd pay at least 20. And I told him I'll let me. I thought it was fair if I paid, $20. He said no, 10 shipped is fine. Really cool guy, hooked me up there, and I really appreciate that. Next is this 2004 Donruss Elite Status Gold to 24. It's a BGS 9. Cards like this, I'd prefer not to get graded, including the gold I showed before, but it's numbered to 24. I could hold out till who knows when for a raw to pop up that's maybe a 9, hopefully. Or I could just go ahead and buy this one. It's already graded. Real low serial number card in 2004, number to 24. Just bite the bullet and buy it already graded. And so that's what I did. Next is a pretty big addition. I love, yeah, absolutely, man. There's a lot of that going on, man. If people reach out and just help each other, there's enough weird things happen in the hobby, but there's a lot of good things that people don't talk about. People, just like politics, man, and the news, people, just magnets drawn to bad things that happen, and not really thinking about all the good things that goes on. And I wish more people would think like that. Big addition, I got a PSA set registry of Ichiro, including rookie set. I had this in a 9 originally, and was really, really, really excited to get this. 2001 Topps Home Team Advantage in a 10. So now I've had the base in a 10, and I've had the limited edition, like the Tiffany version, in a 10. So finally got the Home Team Advantage in a 10. So I really, 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 really like that. Yeah, absolutely, Nate. Next is a really, really big card for me. I don't think I posted this anywhere yet. Maybe on Facebook once in one of the groups. But it's a 2001 Leafs and Stars Longevity Ichiro rookie. I would take this in any form, graded or not. I mean, super, super, super rare card. 8.5 BGS. And this one's numbered to 25. Honestly, I'd never seen this card for sale, and didn't know if or when I would. And just awesome. I mean, I can't tell you how excited I am to have that card. It was just an awesome, awesome card. Next is a 2004. I need to get this in a different holder. But 2004 Upper Deck Sweet Spot Glove auto. And it's numbered to 15. These little spots are from something he had in this case before, because I saw it and was worried about it would be the card or hurt the condition, but it has nothing to do with the condition or the card itself. But the auto's holding up well there. So I just got really excited to have that. And this one's really cool. It's a 2000 and it's a 4 as well. This Upper Deck Sweet Spot Sweet Threads, chunky patches with Pujols and Ichiro there. Number to 60. Love those two guys together on a card. Don't get much better than that. Next is this 2003 Upper Deck Vintage Crown and Glory. It's game worn hat. It's numbered to 25. I've been watching this card for a long, long time. And there's a lot of texture here you can't see. Oh, sorry. You can see here in the hat. There's a lot of texture. It doesn't show up well on camera. But it's I've been watching this card for at least a couple years and waiting for another one to pop up. Never seen another one. I decided just to bite the bullet and just get it. So when I first got it in hand and looked at it, because in the picture it all looks just like It looks black, but I knew it would be like a navy blue. But there's a lot of texture in there, and I'm really glad I picked it up. Number 25. Who knows when or if another one might pop up in the near future. Next is a 2009 Topps sketch card. It's a 101. Again, all pencil and charcoal, all hand drawn. It's really cool. We feel the card on the front. It's rough, it's not, there's no gloss on it or anything. There it goes. That's a good picture there. And on the back there, Boba, I think is the guy's last name. Autographed it there. But I really like those. Next, the 2019 Spectra. This is the green. I think it's this one. They call this one Emerald. Can't see the shine as much because I need to pop it out of this. So they got the penny sleeve over it, so it doesn't get scratched when they shipped it. These are really cool, and these are really low numbered to 5. There it goes. Almost to the end here, guys. Next is a 2017 Topps Now. This is a piece of the base when he went back to Safeco Field and hit the home run against the Mariners. So I know those things aren't for everybody, but I really like the ones that have the piece of the base, and it's got the little certification there from MLB of where it came from and things like that. So just easier to identify it and make sure you got what you truly intended to get. Next is a 2019 Allen Ginter, the stained glass mini. Not numbered, but you can see that stained glass looks really cool right there. If it'll focus again. But not numbered, but a print run of 25. They made 2 of each. Or 2 different, there it goes, 2 different designs for the players. So that's one, and I was lucky enough to get the other one as well. 25 each made. They look great in these mags for the minis. And the last one is one of the biggest pickups I've had in a long time. I've watched this card. I've seen other players with amazing collections have this card and show this card. And it's a 2004 SP Authentic, the dual chirography autograph of Ichiro and King Griffey Jr. And it's numbered to 50. So that's one I've wanted for a long, long time. I was definitely on my top 10. So I've been fortunate to pick up some higher cards on my list for a while now. Thank you, Nate. I was excited, man. I knew, when I did the buy it now on that thing, just dying to get it in hand and see what it looked like, and just I don't know, it's one of those cards. It's just anticipation of receiving that card and getting in it and looking at it, and I was just dying to have that card and see it and just appreciate it all. So I appreciate all the kind words, Nate. You got any big cards in your future coming up that you're looking for, Nate? Yeah, I bet I kind of come and go sometimes, but in the last, I wanted to go through all those, just do a one kind of live stream just to show everything because it would take several videos, and some people don't like longer videos. I love your rummage videos and your live streams and stuff like that. I love getting involved with those and watching those. I miss most of them, but I love when people do things like that. So I want to do one eventually. Just my house now is just we've grown, with the kids getting older and more toys and more everything. It's just, it seems like our house gets smaller every day. Like I don't have a good place to set up to even do a rummage. You guys have those man caves, man. I'm jealous. Yeah, the '90s stuff is getting crazy. Yeah, I was joking around on one of your videos you did, and I said if Ichiro was in the '90s in the U.S., I'd be broke. Yeah, yeah. My son, he turned 8, and then he's 8.5 now. My daughter, she just turned 7 in January. So a long time before I have anything about kids grown up and out of the house or anything like that. Me and my wife maybe in the next year might move, and we move. It's going to be like a more likely a forever home type situation. So we've already kind of put down of if we do move what we are expecting for our next house. So one of those will include a man cave room for me. So that'd be awesome. And I hold my breath, but I'm very excited about something like that potentially. What do you think the likelihood of Bonds getting in the Hall of Fame is? Yeah, my wife's well, she's a teacher, so on top of that, being a teacher alone, she's accumulated so many things. She's been teaching for about 15 years or so. So she was teaching like one grade, like I don't know, maybe fourth or fifth, and then she went to first grade and then second grade. Now she's back to first. So like each grade, you require a couple different things for all the way from decorations to her room and all this other crazy mess. So she's got a lot of stuff. So I already had a lot of stuff, and she has a lot of stuff. And we got 2 kids that have a lot of stuff. But yeah, she's an arts and crafts type person. She can do all kinds of, really cool things. But she wants her arts and crafts room, while I would like a man cave. So maybe if it's a bonus room or something like that, maybe it'll be big enough where we can split it or something. Worst case scenario. Yeah, it'd be interesting with Bonds. Bonds, Clemens. I mean, it's just a shame those guys didn't even have to take that stuff. I mean, they were just monsters without even messing with any of that stuff. Are you going to the Nationals this year, Nate? Yeah, I considered going to the National, but I don't know. There's a rift there with people in the hobby there or YouTube community, and I just I felt like I had friends on both sides of that fence, and it'd just be awkward. And I've always heard that you know Atlantic City wasn't the hottest place for the National, so I want to shoot for next year, 2021, myself back in Chicago. Mr. Lewis, Bob Lewis. What's up, buddy? How are you? Good, good. Starting to warm up there now. Yeah, that's what I heard, Big Harv. Seemed like everybody that I heard that was at the Chicago show seemed like they had a great time. And I've heard different mixed stories about Atlantic City. Bob, you still got that 2001 SP Brady? Vegas National. I'm not sure. I don't think that'd be a good idea. Be no money. You almost sold that SP last year at the National, didn't you, Bob? Yeah, that's a tough call, man. That's like a casket card, though. I would think. Yeah, everybody's situation is different, though. That'd be a hard one to give up. Yeah, you'll be able to get a pretty penny Hall of Fame year for him. Wonder why there's less vintage collectors out west. Because where the cards were made back in the day, they just didn't make it out that far. Yeah, I'm sure it's very pricey stuff there, Bob. I heard some guys would buy a table and they rent out a third of the table to somebody. Um, I've been sitting on a cards I've been getting in for the PC, and we got a pretty large stack. Um, I figured instead of making, I didn't want to make a one really long video, um, and then try to upload it. And I didn't want to do a series of a bunch of small ones to upload those either. I thought I've never gone live, and I wanted to give it a shot to see what it was like, and feel my way around a little bit with it. And showing that many cards, I thought it'd be a lot easier just to do it live and hopefully interact with some people. I've never done it before, and something I want to do more often, especially after JT's video. Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I tried originally at the 1 o'clock time, and I went a little live a little early, and nobody was in, and then I stopped, and then went live when I was supposed to, and then I had a problem with the camera showing everything in reverse. So then I got back off and got back on StreamYard, and that it worked. Everything worked good then. So again, just try to feel my way around. Yeah, you too, Bob. I appreciate it, buddy. Good talking to you. Yeah, like I said, Nate, I love, I know it's not for everybody, but I love when people do long videos, whether they're live or not, showing collections, rummages, stuff like that. I really like doing that stuff, especially, especially player collectors. They always appeal to me a little bit more. Between you and the other guys and JT, Triple Crown 24, he collects Miggy, and Miggy's years almost overlap with Ichiro, so we can kind of use each other. If he shows a card that I've never seen or vice versa, then we can kind of update some checklist, or add some stuff to our checklist, and cards to keep eye out for each other and things like that. especially player collectors have been player collectors for a long time, like you. I mean, you've seen a lot of cards over those years, and of course those, 2001 to you know the mid 2000s or so. Yeah, but that's from 2001 Ichiro's rookie year to 2005ish or so. I was, I think, those years overlap with Bonds there, but you know, if you show a card that I don't have, then that I can definitely keep my eyes open and make me aware of it. That maybe some one I've overlooked or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I was decided to collect Ichiro in 2010 when I did. When a lot of his prices have changed quite a bit, in the last year and a half. I was thinking about that. I haven't done a count in a while. Um, got quite a few there, and some just normal base stuff I didn't show, and then I've got a couple orders. COM COMC. I finally did my first order from them. I didn't realize, like, I mean, I put the money in, you know, put the order of cards together and requested shipping, but I didn't realize shipping is going to take like 2 weeks. But I'm probably within maybe 50 or 3,000 or so. Yeah, I mean, depending on what checklist you have, he has between, I think it's around 15,000 or more cards. So a lot of those, he has a ton of cards from Japan and all that stuff. I'm not familiar with, and there's no price guide that indicates what those cards are worth. Especially when Ichiro announced his retirement there when he played in that series, opening series last year. I mean, cards came out of the woodworks, from all these sellers in Japan. A lot of them were stuff that I already had, but I mean, they were asking outrageous pricing. I didn't see too many that sold. I think they were just doing it. Maybe somebody didn't know what they were looking at and would overpay for it without doing some research. All right, Nate, take it easy, buddy. Great talking with you. All right, guys, I'm probably going to get off here as well. Hour and 17 minutes. I really appreciate folks that jumped in and again, going live for the first time and chatting with me, spend some time. Something I want to do a little bit more often, show my face and things like that. So I really appreciate it, and hope everybody has a great day. See ya.